Hi, you guys. Hey, friends. Hey, friends. Welcome back. Hi, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shanice, and this is Obedience in Prayer, where we talk everything life and God. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys have been having a phenomenal week, and I hope you guys have made it through the first half of the week. It's getting a little better outside with the weather. Thank God. Today, we are going to be talking about rehearsing in our mind. Yes, rehearsing in our mind. I think this is a topic that's like super important because a lot of us can say we are very guilty of rehearsing the past in our minds. And this can be said for anyone. And I think about Tiffany Montgomery, and she said, rehearsing in your mind is like a hearse, like you're walking around in a hearse, meaning that you're walking around in your own tomb because you're constantly stuck in your mind thinking about what's going on in the past, right? And I could say that tons of people aren't going to be honest about rehearsing constantly the things from your past in your mind over and over, and that's keeping you bound to your past. It's because of unforgiveness. It could be things like unforgiveness, or, you're reminiscing about the things from your past, or you're just, trying to make the situation better, basically from your past. And in truth and in fact, that's not what we should be doing. So let's put Bible behind rehearsing in the mind. And if we put Bible behind rehearsing in the mind, we can see that the Israelites had a very hard time with constantly wanting to go back to Egypt. This was because every single time they were in the wilderness and it got hard and it got uncomfortable, the first thing they would say is, why would you bring me from Egypt for me to be in the wilderness, for me to die in the wilderness? This is what they would say. I want to go back to Egypt because in Egypt we had food. In Egypt we had meat. In Egypt we could drink whatever we wanted. In Egypt we did not have to be concerned. But they were in their mind, they were thinking about Egypt as a place where they have all these things, right? But what they did not do is put Egypt together with basically bondage, with being slaves, with having to work for the Egyptians, right? They didn't put the two together when they reminisced on the past. And I feel like a lot of times we, of course, don't put the two together when we're thinking about the past. For me, for example, I can find myself thinking about my past more often than not. And that's because what's happening currently is my past is still connected to it, and I am walking forward, but the past is still connected to it, unfortunately, right? But that's the only reason I would find myself thinking about the past or certain situations that have passed. But when I read Exodus, and I read how Moses was leading the Israelites who saw signs and wonders from God. They saw God do all these amazing things so that Pharaoh would let them go, right? They saw God bring them out and put them into the wilderness. They even saw God part the Red Sea so that they can get out from the Pharaoh's grasp and grip. And yet and still, they still continued to want to go back to Egypt every single time things became uncomfortable. And that's because people have a tendency to want the things that are comfortable from their past. So that brings me to say, how many times have you found yourself reminiscing of the things from your past? And the things from your past are are you connecting those things with things from bondage, or are you connecting those things with things of pleasure? What is it do you feel like is keeping you bound? What is it that you feel like is going on that you're still reminiscing on the things from the past? Is it because life has become a little uncomfortable and then your walk with God is, it's hard, it's getting hard or harder than it was before? Or do you feel like you're just still stuck in your past mentally? What do you think your reasoning would be? So I want you guys to think about this. When you are considering your past, when you're reminiscing on your past, you also are not giving God the glory that he deserves. The reason I say that is because God came, he grabbed you, basically left the 99 for the one. He came and got you personally from your situation. He told you to leave things behind. He told you the people to let go and leave behind. He told you the jobs to leave behind. And now he is leading you where he needs you to be, which is in alignment with his will. So I think it's kind of like a slap in the face, not necessarily, not really a slap in the face, but like it's a slap in the face to him, where it's like he left the 99 for the one to come and get you, and you can't seem to let it go. It's hard for you to let it go. Why is that? What is keeping you bound? And I think a lot of people are not honest with themselves. They're not honest with their situations, and they're not honest with counting the cost. Because when you're honest with counting the cost, you will see that walking with God is not easy. You will have to leave people, you will have to leave places, you will have to leave things behind. And that is a part of counting the cost. So when we're walking forward with God, we have to think about counting the cost and what this means, so that when you walk forward with him, you're not constantly looking back, okay? And it says in the Bible, he who puts his hand to the plow and looks back is not fit for the kingdom. I think it's super important that as believers of Christ, and as, you know, we hold each other accountable, that we remind each other like, hey, you have to leave what's behind you back there. If not, God will give you what's back there, because he's like, you know, if you want to be back there, you can be, but I'm going to move forward without you. There will be no me with whatever it is that you're doing. And you have to think about this. Do you want to be stuck in the ways of man, or do you just want to walk ahead into the unknown with your Father, who created heaven, who created earth, who created us, and know that his plans are the best plans for you? And I think that a lot of us have a hard time really digging in and trusting God in that aspect. So we are constantly rehearsing. We are constantly going backwards. We are constantly looking backwards. We are constantly, reminiscing on the past. And what we're not realizing, just like the Israelites, they were reminiscing on the things that they had, that they were accustomed to, but they weren't reminiscing on the things of bondage. How is it that you were so happy and so content with the fact that you had food, you had drinks, you had alcohol whenever you needed it, you had whatever you needed, but you aren't reminiscing on the fact that you had to work for a king who basically didn't like Israelites? You had to be enslaved, you had to be in bondage, and all the horrible things that happened to you just for you to make it another day. How is it that you're not putting the two pieces together, right? And again, like I said, we all can be guilty of that, of reminiscing of the good things from the past, but we fail to bring up the things that had us in bondage, the things that kept us behind, the things that we know were not good for us, that God wanted us to leave. And we constantly find ourselves in that place. And what you don't want to do is stay reminiscing so much that God says, you know, you're not fit for my kingdom. I can't use you, because you are coming and you're saying, God, use me. God, place me where you want to place me. But then your face is back that way. If he's God, how is he going to look at you and use you? And he's like, well, you're turning backwards. I'm going forwards. Like, you're turned this way and I'm going this way, right? So I just want to give you guys that small comparison with God really did save the Israelites on many occasions. Not even God saved them, because God's wrath against them was so heavy, but Moses is the one who would intervene and who would intercede for the Israelites. A lot of us do not have people who intercede for us in that capacity when we want to look at God and be like, you saved me, but I want to go back this way. You saved me, but I'm trying to go back where I knew I was comfortable. I want to stay where I was. You saved me, but a lot of us don't have people like Moses to intercede on our behalves. A lot of Israelites did not make it to the land flowing with milk and honey because they could not see past themselves and they could not see past the past. They could not leave it behind. They were so stuck in their ways. They were so stuck in the things from the past that they refused to look forward, and in turn would question God, would tell God they want to go backwards, would talk about Moses and Aaron. They would just, they were stuck, okay? They were stuck. And this is just another thing of God is saving you from bondage, but your mental is still stuck in bondage. And a lot of people are walking around with their bodies somewhere else, but their mental state is in the past. What you want to do is lean on God in this time. Even though you don't understand, if you truly believe and trust God, you know that what He has for you is way better than what the past had. And when you move forward with God, you're not in bondage anymore. You are not in bondage. Like when you move forward with God, you're not going to look back and say, for instance, if God puts you here and then He wants to take you there, you're not going to look back to where He had you before and be like, oh my God, I'm reminiscing on where He had me because I was in bondage. You're not going to be in bondage anymore. You're going to move forward. You're moving from bondage to a place of freedom with the Lord. And the next step that He's taking you to another place of freedom, just a little higher. And another step He's taking you is to another place of freedom, but a little higher than you were before. And that is in trusting the Lord that He is not going to keep you in bondage. He doesn't have bondage for you. In fact, the enemy wants you to remain in bondage because they don't want you to know truly who you are and the power and authority that you have. So the enemy wants to keep you in bondage, but the Lord wants you to be free. He said, who He has set free is free indeed. So what you need to do, if this is you and you find yourself constantly rehearsing, take a moment, say, God, I need deliverance of my mind. God, I need you to take hold of my mind and deliver me from the things that are keeping me captive in my mind so that my body and my mind can move forward on the trajectory that you have for me. I'm not constantly looking backward. I can move forward with the things that you have called me to do, and I can move forward freely with the things that you have called me to do because I am no longer stuck in bondage where the enemy had me. And I think that a lot of us need to be very honest. Again, it's about self-reflection. It's about looking at where we are. It's about looking at where we know God is going to take us. And it's about helping prepare for the next steps. You can't be used the way God needs to use you if you are looking backward. Again, it says in the Bible, he who puts his hand to the plow and looks back is not fit for his kingdom. You want to be fit for God's kingdom. You want to be a vessel that can be used, that it doesn't matter where he's taking you, that if you have to mourn or you have grief from things from the past, that you can get to a place eventually to get past it and you can be used in his kingdom. God knows we are not robots. He knows that we're not going to get past things that we had to leave behind quickly. But what he doesn't expect for you to do is remain where you are. He wants you to grow. He wants you to remain in alignment with him. And he knows it's hard. But why would you want human satisfaction over God's satisfaction? You know, you want to be with God. You want God to give you the ultimate satisfaction and not humans. You want to be able to look to those things from the past and say, I was once in bondage, but I am now free and I'm walking forward in freedom. That's just where it is. And that's where you need to be. And I know it's harder. Easier said than done. Easier said than done. And it takes a lot of practice. But when you find yourself rehearsing in your mind, rebuke those thoughts. rebuke them, cast them down. Tell the enemy, you have no say, you have no power here. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and move on with your day. And it will it will happen repetitively sometimes, but you have to cast them down. It says, the devil will flee. Deny the devil and he will flee. He'll come back eventually later on, but he'll flee. He will flee. So you have to constantly cast those thoughts down, give them to God, and you come to God and say, God, I know you care for me, and you told me to cast all of my anxieties to you, Lord. And I know that in my moment of honesty right now, my mind is not where you need it to be. And I need you to deliver my mind. Help me deliver my mind from the spirit of bondage that's trying to keep me in my past. And have an honest moment with God and tell him exactly where you are. It's not like he doesn't know, he does, but he just wants you to come and tell him and be honest. And it's going to take a while. It's going to take some time, but the more that you walk forward with God, the more that you give him, the more that you tell him, the more that you're honest with him, he's going to help free you from these things that are keeping you bound. And that's where you want to be. Okay. You want to be where there's freedom, where you can mentally unload all these things and you can lay them at his feet and you can move on with your day and know that he cares for you and he loves you and he wants the absolute best for you. And the enemy wants you to remain in bondage. Jesus does not want you to remain in bondage. He has freed you. Okay. He's already freed you from the grips of the enemy anyway. So I just want to say that if you guys are rehearsing in your mind, it's okay, but you have to make up your mind when it stops. You have to decide that it stops now. You have to decide that the enemy no longer has a hold on you. Even in your mind, you have to decide enough is enough. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today. Thank you for visiting my channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And my name is Shanice. This is Obedience in Prayer, and we talk everything about life and God on this channel. Again, thank you guys for visiting my channel. I hope you have a great day. Bye, friends.